Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Moral Moment with AT. In this video, we'll be talking about how you can live a harmonious life in the light of prophetic teachings in this Ramadan. The objective here is to make sure that you optimize, you make the most of this month of Ramadan, you get the best out of the month before it's passed. The background is going to be a focus on you as an individual. What do you need to do to get the best of this Ramadan? And what do you need to do between you and your loved ones to make the most of this Ramadan? Then, lastly, you and every other person, the interconnection between you and others in order to live a harmonious life in this Ramadan and beyond. What is harmonious life? This is a life balanced in faith, character, and social interactions. You need to live as a believer in constant, continuous improvement in your faith and in your character and also in your relationship with people. And as a believer, you need to be guided by the Quran and Sunnah, and that is why we're going to make our focal point here to be in the light, to be guided by the Quran and the Sunnah. This harmonious life is inspired by the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, just like Almighty Allah said, "Wama arsalnaka illa rahmatan lil alamin." We have sent you to be mercy for the world. The key aspect of a harmonious life is spiritual connection. In this Ramadan, you need to look at your spiritual connection. You need to pray regularly. Do not make the mistake of fasting without praying. You need to do your dhikr. Make sure your tongue is wet with the remembrance of Almighty Allah. You have your hasbala, hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakil, tasbih, subhanallah, hamdallah, alhamdulillah, la ilaha illallah, illallah. You can make a plan to change them interchangeably. You can make a plan like between subh to zuhr. This is the dhikr you'll be saying between Dhuhr to Asr, between Asr to Maghrib, the most convenient way for you. Try to see that every seconds that pass, there is always an opportunity for you to get reward. So what you're trying to do is to get the most of it, to make the most of it, to get more reward. And you try to read Quran also, because everything you do in Ramadan will be multiplied in fold based on your intention. But the base is that your reward will get multiplied up to 700 times. Then your good character, you need to work towards being more honest, being more patient, being more kind. Your relationship with others should be better. Your family, your neighbors, your community, try to be a better person. And self discipline, by controlling your desires and managing anger. You should set goals for charity, helping the needy also. All these checklists and many others should be at the core center of your objective in this Ramadan. Practical steps for a harmonious Ramadan. Strengthen your worship. As each day passes in Ramadan, you should always check what is your current strengthening level in your relationship with Almighty Allah. Then you improve your character also by evaluating your personality and your relationship with others. For instance, if you're somebody that gets angry easily, you check yourself and then you tell yourself that now in this Ramadan, you're going to train your anger to be more patient, to be a more patient person. If you're someone that's stingy in this Ramadan, you should make it that now you will do more of generosity to counter that stinginess. You know your weaknesses. You know the things that people complain a lot about you. You know the things that you identified as flaws. So in this Ramadan, you work on those things. Then you revitalize your humanity by doing lots of charity and service. Because what defines us as human is our service to others. An important aspect that I like to talk about in this Ramadan is time management. To balance between your work, your family, your spiritual growth, sometimes it could be challenging because it seems like the time is so short. You have to sleep early, to wake up early for tahajjud, to wake up early for sahur, and then after that, you need to go to work and you need to come back again, make iftar. You have little span of time and also go for tarawih. So you have your plates full in Ramadan. So you need to plan your time to be able to balance your work, your family time with family, and your spiritual growth. So do not overlay one for the other. Don't put too much stress on spiritual growth that you forget your family and your work. Don't put too much stress on your work that you forget your family and spiritual growth. Don't take Ramadan as an opportunity to sleep. So you eat sahur, you want to sleep till half of the day, then you have just 2 hours before iftar or 3 hours. You need to balance. If first thing in the morning, it's the gym, clear your head, because you'll be tired. Take care of your body, your mind, your soul. Make a good plan. If you try a plan, try for 2, 3 days. If it's not working, switch again, adjust, make another plan. If it's not working, make another plan and check, make a list, a checklist of everything you've been doing, everything you need to do, and then what you want to achieve. And make du'as in Ramadan. Make dua for peace, for success, purification of heart is very important. Let's not forget that. The goal in this Ramadan is لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, so that you can increase in God consciousness. Make a dua also that Almighty Allah helps you, because Almighty Allah accepts all kinds of dua. In conclusion and final reflection, the harmonious life is a balanced life and a faith driven life. And following the Prophet ﷺ teachings in daily habits. The Prophet is never lazy during Ramadan, he is always hardworking. So you should be hardworking. And the Prophet always manages times well in Ramadan. So you also should manage your time well and make Ramadan a turning point for long term change. It's not just Ramadan. If you are able to follow all these harmonious life and key aspects that we talk about, you hit a jackpot after this Ramadan. You make a long term change in your life by being more disciplined, by being a better person. Make dua that Almighty Allah should grant you peace in the heart and your homes and your communities. Now, call to action. What is that one habit you will start today for a more harmonious life? Are you gonna start with time management, or are you gonna start with prayer that Almighty Allah is all this for you? Or are you gonna start with evaluating yourself to assess and identify your point of improvement, your characters, your personality that you want to improve? And that's where we'll end today. Assalamu alaikum.